Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel for another video. So in today's video I am going to be showing you how to turn any of your biomes in Dreamlight Valley into a different seasonal theme. So when it comes to different seasons, I'm always hesitant to pull up a whole biome just to decorate it for that season. So I wanted to show you an example of how I'm going to turn my already existing plaza that I've built not long ago. There is a video on my channel of me doing the whole plaza. If you want to see that, it'll be linked below. But this is going to be me turning this plaza into an autumnal fall kind of style to get ready for the autumn season, which is my favorite season of the year. So I wanted to show you my kind of tips and tricks of how to do this really easily without having to tear up everything and change a whole biome just for autumn or just for Halloween or Christmas. So there will be more coming as the year goes on for different seasons, but I wanted to start off with autumn time, so let's get started. So to start off in the biome, I removed some of the things I knew I wasn't going to be using. So I removed some of the stuff from the main entranceway and the middle section of my plaza, for example the statue, and then I placed out a bunch of furniture I knew I was going to be using. I did this off camera because it can be a bit boring, but I basically went for anything that I felt reflected an autumn season. And so I went for things like Jack's Dreamlight Day banner, which you get with his quest, the craftable pumpkin banners as well, and a lot of the stuff that I use in this whole build is craftable, so a lot of it will be accessible to all of you. There are some things in here that are obviously Scrooge store and stuff like that, which if you're not sure where something's from, just let me know down below and I can let you know. But a lot of it is craftable. There are a lot of hay bales and barrels and stuff like that that are all completely craftable for anyone to use in the base game. So I wanted to make this as accessible as possible so you guys could get a good idea of how to do this, even if you are new to the game or someone who hasn't got a lot of the newer things from Scrooge's store. So I started off by adding the Dreamlight Day banner to the main entranceway and then some of the smaller craftable banners into the two side exits, which one leads to Remy's side and one leads to Tiana's side. So I wanted to kind of put those in those existing areas, and then I started figuring out ways I could add the different furniture I wanted to use around the build. Some of the stuff in the biome already I replaced. So for example, I had some slightly different centering on the bit at the entrance, so to add that banner in and add in some more kind of autumny objects, I did have to remove some stuff, but it wasn't like I was upheaving the whole biome itself. And as you see as I go forward, that is the main aim in here, is to give it this look and add these new items without it feeling cluttered, but also without removing too much of the existing biome and how it looks, because I love how my plaza looks and I had no interest in kind of completely uprooting it. So that is the main aim for this video. So as you can see here, my first tip is going to be make good alternative changes with items that you feel fit the look you're going for. So for example, at the end of my tram line area, I had two of the craftable little flower areas, and instead of completely removing these, I shifted them up to next to the train station entrances to still include them in the biome but have them be a little bit more hidden and not the kind of main focus when you look at this area. And then I replaced in some of the craftable barrels with the orange flowers in, and doing this swap was just a really simple and easy way to make it feel a lot more autumnal, really add in that orange tone to it, which will match the rest of the decorations we do going forward, but also meant I didn't have to completely get rid of these flowers. It just was a simple alternative and simple change to already start bringing those vibes. Now, another thing I wanted to utilize in this build, which is actually from Scrooge's store, are these really gorgeous leaf rugs. These are from the Cinderella collection, and you get them in 4 different colors: a green, yellow, orange and red. And I love utilizing these during the fall season, and so I decided on both sides of the plaza I would make a little like leaf kind of trail going by the bakery and also by the front of Remy's. These are from Scrooge's, so if you don't have them yet, they should pop up in Scrooge's store at some point for you. But these are a really good item to be able to do so. However, if you don't have them, using Touch of Magic rugs, you should be able to use some of the motifs you have to create some sort of fall rug that could work really, really well in here as an alternative for you. The circular rugs that we can now get from Daisy's Boutique would be perfect to make kind of a trail of autumny rugs. I feel like you could create a really cute little pathway with some different coloured autumn rugs to kind of mimic this look if you don't have these Scrooge ones. Now, my next idea is not necessarily a tip, but more of an idea, is to create some sort of centerpiece. Now, I really like doing centerpieces in my plaza anyway, because this middle section for me just felt very empty, and I kind of like the idea of having something in here to be the first thing you see when you walk into the biome. And so I did have the partner statue here before with Mickey and Walt, but I felt like for seasons now, I'm going to change this out and create some sort of centerpiece. Now, obviously some seasons are going to have a more obvious centerpiece. For example, at Christmas, I'm going to use the big craftable Christmas tree with lots of Christmassy presents and decorations around it. However, for autumn, I didn't want to go too Halloweeny with a Halloween centerpiece, so I decided to go a bit more natural and create my own. Now, this is a bit of a trial and error. As you see, it takes me a while to do this centerpiece. I chop and change things a lot, but the main focus of this was to include some hay bales, some scarecrows, and also lots of pumpkins, and make it this really nice centerpiece that you see when you first walk in. And that was just kind of my own way of doing it. I feel like you can definitely do this kind of thing with lots of different items, even craftable ones, to create a really nice centerpiece, even if you don't have big furniture items that maybe you missed in the past, or are premium shop and you don't want to get those, or you're playing on Apple Arcade and you don't have access to those. This is a good way to do this as an alternative to kind of create that centerpiece look and have it stand out in your biome. Now again, going back to rugs, something I really loved using in here was the leafy rug. I think this is a Lion King item, which again is from Scrooge's, and I dotted this around the different kind of focus points, entrances and exits of the biome, so you'll see it all over. This just gave it a really nice autumny look. I hope in the future we get something similar to this, but with like autumny leaves, so they're all red and orange and brown. I feel like that would be such a cute item to have, but for now I thought I would use this green one. And again, this is something, if you don't have it, you could definitely use Touch of Magic rugs to kind of mimic your own. I've seen a lot of people use Touch of Magic to create these gorgeous like leafy pathways, so I feel like that would definitely be something you could do. But I really liked having those rugs at the entrance and exit points to kind of maintain your focus to them and really kind of give it that overgrown look. Going on from overgrown looks, my next tip is to do simple changes with your foliage in your biome. So as you can see in my plaza, I've used a lot of bright greens to kind of decorate the biome in general, and I have gone in and changed a lot of these kind of green plants into more autumnal ones. So I've used a lot of the sunlit plateau ones that are that gorgeous orange and red colour, as well as changed up some of the placement of the trees. Now obviously I have used a lot of eternity isle plants in the biome to fill like really little spots that you can't fit the base game bushes and stuff. These obviously don't really have an alternative version, so I have left those as they are. However, when it comes to the base game bushes, I've changed up a lot of them to be that more autumnal colour, and also incorporated some of the red maple trees more obviously into the biome. I had these in here anyway because I love the look of them, but I've added some more just to give it a more autumnal touch. I hope in the future we do get some more orange trees and trees of different colours to decorate further with this, but I wanted to kind of incorporate at least that red colour blending in to make it feel a lot more warm in here. Foliage is such a simple way to change up a biome and its feel, and again, everything is part of the base game, so you do not have to worry about having things from Scrooge's or have to get it from a star path or a premium shop or anything like that. It is all included in the base game, so for those of you who are newer, it is perfect to be able to utilize foliage to create a really nice atmosphere. Even if you are doing a really built up city feel, you can still incorporate bushes and things into your designs, like creating a little overgrown seating area or utilizing trees around the edges to give it that nice warm autumnal feel. Now, another tip I wanted to touch on finally when it comes to decorating for this time of the year is to make sure your lighting kind of reflects how you want the biome to look. Obviously, you can use whatever lighting you want. However, I personally like to use very like warm lighting. And as my plaza already had these really nice craftable iron lamps that give off a really nice warm yellow light, I didn't actually change my lighting in my plaza at all because I felt like it reflected the kind of season very well. However, you could definitely change it up. There are a lot of craftable lampposts and lighting options in your crafting table, completely free to craft, that if you wanted to change up the look, so for example, if you wanted to go for a nice kind of orange colour scheme, there are orange lampposts in there that give your biome a really lovely orange glow, or you could go for any colour you wanted. And obviously going forward with other seasons, this will be a really great way to create a really vibrant area just by using lighting. But I just decided to stick with the same one I had originally, and obviously kept the floating fireflies that we got in the most recent star path, as they obviously fit the biome when I first did it and still continue to fit this autumn feel. So that was kind of my other decoration that I felt like definitely went with the autumn season. So this is the finished build. We are coming in from the meadow, and as you can see, we have got the centerpiece being the first thing that introduces us to this biome. I love how this little centerpiece came out, considering it's all different items kind of collected together, and I knew that this season would need that kind of thing, so I added in lots of pumpkins and a scarecrow to be the main mascot. And then we have Jack's Dreamlight Day banner being our main kind of archway from the castle, and I absolutely love using this banner a lot. I think it's gorgeous, and added lots of decorations around some of the Lion King branches and kept the rustic clock towers to tie in well. At the entrance to the meadow, we have got a couple of stalls with just some veggies in, and then I've added some different autumnal items just down at these main paths, such as hay bales, some of the Lion King like log stumps you can sit on, as well as the orange flower barrels that we have got at the end of the train line, which we swapped out for the flowers earlier on. Heading through the train station, you can obviously see I've added a lot of pumpkins down this little smaller outer section. This area already has quite a nice autumnal feel because of the pathway I've used the Main Street path, which obviously is this gorgeous like browny orange colour, so I feel like that works really well for this autumn season anyway, but I think any pathway you used would still be able to achieve an autumny look. Outside Remy's, we've obviously got our first leaf pathway with the different colour leaves. We've got a little veggie selling area, and then again lots of pumpkins and crates. Inside Remy's, I've slightly changed it up by moving the piano across so that I could fit in the craftable pumpkin archway. I love how this looks. And then outside Remy's home, we've obviously changed the bushes to give it a nicer orange tone and make it look a lot more fitting for the rest of the biome. Heading down towards the other side of the biome, you can obviously see we have already got another side of the leaf pathway. So I've done this in front of the bakery, and on the bakery tables I've added in some more autumnal foods and drinks, so teas and some caramel apples and things like that to kind of fit in with the autumn look. So that is a really good tip if you were worrying about what to put on tables. Changing up your food for the season is a really nice tip to give it a little extra touch. Outside Tiana's, I've included a barrel and also some vegetables just on the floor, and then we've also got a little scarecrow outside the front of hers as well. And then on the tables for her restaurant, I have put a lot of autumnal foods like soups, pies and teas, as well as the pumpkin archway for her side of the exit as well. Heading under the other train station, again it's very similar to the other side. I've changed out the bushes for the more orange toned sunlit plateau ones, added some more pumpkins, and obviously kept the fireflies in here to give it a really nice glowing look. So here are some shots of the final build. Rather than doing pictures, I decided to do video clips for you so you guys could see a before and after of the plaza. So you'll be seeing kind of how it was before and then a similar view of how it is now. And as you can see, it's very, very slight changes, but it gives it this really nice autumn look. And I just feel like this is such a simple way to change how your biome looks and feels for whatever season you're doing. So I feel like going forward, I will be making this a series where I do it for different seasons. Obviously, this will stay for a while, and then I will change it to a Halloween plaza, so there'll be a lot more of the jack-o'-lanterns and the more spooky items. So let me know down below if you're excited to see that and you like the idea of the series. I hope you guys enjoy it. I will come up for a name for the series at some point, but as of now I have not had any thoughts yet, but it will be in the description on the title if I do come up with one. But I hope you guys did enjoy. Overall, my main tips I would say are lighting, to kind of change up your lighting for whatever season you're doing. Foliage is going to play a huge part in how your biome looks, so including foliage that fits the vibe you're going for. Use of the craftable items and the items you can get easily in game, so that you're not worrying too much about having Scrooge items, and also just making sure it is something you love and you really, really want to create in your biome if you're hoping to change it up for whatever season it is. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you so much for all the support on the channel. We are so close to 2.5k subscribers at the point I'm doing this. If I have hit it, then thank you so much. But if not, I am very, very close. So make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And if you want to see anything else from me, please let me know down below. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.